Hello and welcome back. Now, I am joined by someone who first introduced to you all. I can't even remember the year. It must have been at least 5 years ago now, which is ridiculous. Time's passed so quickly. But without further ado, let's welcome her on. This is Tabitha. Jade. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not bad, thank you. Like I said, it's been a while. It has been like
Indeed.
5 years. Has it been 5, 6 years?
Yeah, like 5 years. It was just because we first, started talking when I was just starting my career. So
Yeah.
all those years ago.
We've had a little bit of progress already, so that's good. But let's get to it. Firstly, obviously, I start always whenever I talk to an artist, I want to make sure everything's going all right musically within the last year. And obviously, that last year has been very different. So what has it been like for you trying to do music in the past 12 months?
I mean, it's not stopped my songwriting because usually when I'm doing music, I'm locked away in my bedroom just writing for hours. And I do a lot of my music, I mean like myself. So like I always like build up my beats myself on Logic, and then I normally take them to like a producer to, make them a bit better. But I've just been songwriting so much, really. That's been the main thing. But obviously, I've not been able to perform at all. So that's kind of been the downside. But it's really made me like have so much thinking time and focus on where I really want to go with it.
Yeah. So do you think you've really perfected sort of like your sound, so to speak, now?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel like I'm always growing and evolving. So the sound isn't going to always be the same forever. And I'm always going to be experimenting with different genres. But I definitely have think I found like the to be for Jade sound, the kind of like R&B Afro pop vibe. Yeah, and I do love my music at the moment. So I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah, 100%, because we're all listening to quite a lot of music at the moment, obviously. But since in the time that we've first spoke to now, you've been busy doing uni. So what's that been like?
I mean, uni online is definitely not my favorite thing. It's hard to stay motivated with university, especially when you're like just staring at your computer on Zooms for hours on end, and no one's there to tell you to get off your phone.
Yeah,
So I mean, with uni, I'm trying my best, but we'll see how it goes.
amazing. What you doing your degree in?
Yeah, I'm studying at Goldsmiths. That's a university in Southeast London, and I study popular music. It kind of touches on most kind of things. So we look at songwriting and like the history of music and like performing and just everything really.
Amazing. So let's talk the new single then. It's called Intuition. I listened to it and I got very like Mabel sort of vibes from it. I don't know if that was your intention, but that was the sort of vibe I got. What was the process for you writing that song?
Do you know what? I really I didn't try and make it sound, like Mabel or
Yeah.
commercial. I feel like that's just kind of like naturally where I sit. Um with the writing process, the song is about basically like a couple, they're in a romantic relationship, and one party of the couple just, has some suspicions. They're in love, obviously, but they just have some suspicions that something, weird is going on. So it's like, should you listen to your intuition? So that's kind of what the song is about. But the song came together quite quickly. And when I'd finished it, I was like, I need something else on it. Something's missing. And then I just messaged my friend Predo, who I've known for about 2 years now. He's a Manchester rapper. He's so talented. And I just messaged him on Instagram. I was like, yo, like, do you like the track? Would you jump on it? And he got back to me really quickly, and he was like, yeah, of course, like I love it, it's a tune. So he did his thing on it. I let him do whatever he wanted to do and just sent it back, and I loved it. Like, it just came together so quickly, and I'm just glad it's out now.
Yeah, was it like an instant thing, sort of like we've got to get this out now? Or was you a bit like, okay, let's wait? Or how long have you had
Do
it in
you
the
know
bag?
what? With my music, this is something I really need to, get over. I always do a song and I just wait and I'm like, what am I waiting for? I don't know what I'm waiting for, but I'm like not releasing it. And I feel like this song, I've had it in the bag sounding good for like nearly half a year to a year now, and it's just like it's finally out. It's funny though, because when I release music I'm like, oh, it's so old to me. And everyone else is like, jeez, this is a tune. It's so, I'm like, I'm bored of this, but no, I do really love the song,
I
so
know
I'm
what you
just glad
mean.
it's out.
I know what you mean. I mean, obviously, I'm not releasing any music anytime soon, but maybe if I'm like got a picture that I took like 2 weeks ago and I upload it to Instagram, it's a similar thing.
Yeah, you're like kind of sick of it, but
Yeah, I know what you mean. So obviously, when you're living up in the Wirrals, like your home basically.
yeah.
You're at uni in London. When do you think it's sort of when you move from place to place, whether you're at home, whether you're at uni, do you think that sort of determines what sort of musical head you're in?
um A little bit, I would say. I would say when I'm back home in the Wirral, so near Liverpool,
Mm.
it's a lot more relaxing. It's a lot more chilled. I focus on songwriting, and I feel like when I'm in London, it's more fast paced. I would say my sound is just like to be for Jade sound. So it's all, I'm not coming home and thinking, oh, I'm gonna, because I'm by a field, I'm gonna have more of a, or organic country sounding vibe. It's all the same kind of vibe, but I guess the products could come out a little bit different. But I mean, I
Yeah.
don't deep it too much. I just really write what comes to my mind.
Yeah. Thinking about like a few years ago, obviously you're on the back of being on things like Teen Star, stuff like that.
Hmm.
I remember it so vividly. Do you think looking back now that, what have you learned from that experience to where you are now? What can you say that you've sort of brought from that to the music you're bringing out now?
Um, I think it was really helpful. With Teen Star, it does thicken your skin a little bit. I know it's only like a kids competition, but trust me, I was invested in that stuff. Seriously, like it was intense. Like me and my sister always chat about it, and we were like, "That is the most intense experience I've ever been through." Because obviously, you're getting through rounds, or you're in the final, and the music, the drum roll goes off. But I think it's just taught me to stay focused and determined, and it's taught me that it's okay to have a few no's, because you can just keep going and keep working on yourself, and just you have to bounce back from any L's. Yeah.
It's funny actually because on the back of that, in the last couple of years, I was actually invited on to Teen Star and Open Mic to be a judge,
Ooh.
and I could honestly, firstly, Chris Grayston asked me, and I was up to do it, and I was like, okay, why are you asking me to do this? But he was like, he didn't really give me a reason, but he thought I could do it, so I did. But anyway, it was so good, and you can see like the everyone who's in it is very in it, and they're just
Yeah.
do their best. But obviously,
Yeah.
you're a prime example of what can come out of it as well. So that's obviously a positive thing.
Hmm.
So would you say, looking at your tracks, looking at what you've got coming out, who are your influences when you're making your music?
I'm heavily influenced by the 2000s and the 90s. So even all my music and from the way I dress, I just love that era. I'm like, I should have been born there then, but so that whole like Mariah Carey, Destiny's Child vibe. I remember when I was younger, I loved Amy Winehouse when I was younger. But that kind of R&B, soul, brandy, I just love that.
So what have we got coming up then for the rest of the year? I know it's a long year ahead and a lot could happen, and who knows just generally what could
Who
happen.
knows?
But what's your plan for it? Where do you want 2021 to go for you?
Yeah, well, I do have a few things planned. So I'm dropping an EP, as I just said before, and that's coming out in around a month's time. Um, I've also got I'm also just working on music. Like, I mean, I've already got the bones of a second EP together already. So I think for me, this year's just about not waiting on the music, just getting as much as I can out. I definitely want to shoot a few music videos. Um, you know, I just want to keep the music flowing. Like, I would say I want to get back, touring and all that, but I don't know what's going on with the corona situation. So other than releasing music, I can't really say too much.
That's fine, no worries. So where can everyone go to find your music? Social,
Yeah,
Spotify.
so it's literally just Tabitha Jade on everything. So that is Tabitha and then space Jade. And I've got music on Spotify, Apple Music, and I'm just on like Instagram, Facebook, and everything else.
Amazing. Tabby, it's been great to catch up with you once again. All the best. I'm sure we'll speak again very soon.
Thank you so much. You too.